Day 2 on motor install, rewiring, everything. So where we're at, wiring harness is what, 95% complete?
Yep.
We just need a couple of sensors like the cast and I'm not sure what that is.
Speed sensor.
Speed sensor, which I don't have because of course my friend who bought my old transmission took it with him, so I'm lacking a speed sensor, but we don't need that to start it up. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and plumb everything, water, coolant. We're gonna get all the intercooler piping plumbed up. After that, fill it up with coolant, prime the motor with some oil, which we'll show you how to do in a little bit. Fill it up with that. Get the transfer case in, which is right there. But what we did so far also, we got the axles in. These were fun. We got the down pipe bolted up, so that is there now. And I got the drive shaft yoke cleaned up because that was all rusted from just sitting. And then, oh, we took out my old clutch slave line and we replaced it with a stainless steel unit. So here's that.
From the slave to the...
From the slave to the... What is that? What is that? Master cylinder. Right there. That's the beginning. We had to reroute it all the way till here. And then I have new ones right here that we have to install and bleed. And then we should be good. So I just got to get the cross member installed, the T-case filled up with oil, transmission filled up with oil, motor filled up with oil, and coolant. And then we should be firing it up. So fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll be done soon. Got the transfer case here. And we're gonna feed it some heavy shockproof gear oil. Have some left over from the Evo when I was doing the clutch on that. And we're gonna put that in through a funnel and then get that in the car. Along with brand new transfer case bolts because the other ones were messed up. Alright guys, sorry for the lack of updates, but it's really been all hands on deck with this. Yeah, don't know what to say, but it's complete. Everything is in. The only thing I haven't put in is the battery because we have to get the whole fuel pump rewire done, and it's just easier without the battery there because I have to feed some wires down into the wire loom. But other than that, yeah, intercooler piping is all plumbed. We got our blow off valve, we have our intake, air filter, radiator with dual AC fans. What else? Front mount is installed. Oops. I got all the belts and accessories lined up and bolted on. Only thing I need is to not disconnect, but I have the oil pressure sensor from the AEM unit zip tied under the dash, so I need to cut those lines so I can extend it and feed it under the alternator. But yeah, this motor mount, these polyurethane motor mounts, though, you know, they help so much with, you know, excess engine movement, they are the biggest pain in the world to get to line up in this car. All four of them, like, we struggled for maybe a good hour, 2 hours just trying to get these things to line up. And you have to do everything to get these to line up. So you have to like loosen these, loosen those, loosen that, just to get, you know, things situated. But yeah. What else? I just feel like I've done so much since the last video I recorded. I did have time lapse going, but again, we ran into so many snags that the time lapse were useless because it would just be us really looking for parts and bolts and not actual footage of you know, quality footage that I would want to show. But yeah, let's go under the car and we'll see what we got going on under here. So let's get some more exposure. Anyways, yeah, as you can see, everything is pretty down here. T-case is bolted up with new bolts. Transmission is set up. Motor mounts all done. Everything is looking gorgeous. The only thing I need to do is fill this up with fluid. As you can see, I already got some fluid in this T-case. Downpipe is bolted up. Oh, I got this oil line looped for the oil cooler for now, because in startup there will be, you know, some metal shavings no matter what you do, and I don't want those metal shavings to go in the oil cooler, because AMS said once an oil cooler gets contaminated, it's literally almost impossible to clean them out. So for startup, might as well not even put it on and just loop this around so the oil filter will catch everything. And axles are in. Look at them feels. Other than that, everything else is good. So next thing is just to get this slave line hooked up, because I have a brand new master and slave cylinder, and we got to get this zip tied so he won't be flapping around, and we got to get my 3-port zip tied somewhere else as well. So yeah, again, sorry guys for the lack of updates, but yeah, like I said, all hands on deck were needed, and I'm glad to report that we are so close to firing this thing up. So, catch you in a little bit.